Yeah.
Schwartz just said that he felt like their line as a group needed to be better tonight on Saturday's game, and what did you like their game tonight?
Yeah, you could see the purpose in their game right from the start. The forecheck pressure. That's a really tough team to create offense on, and you're not going to get easy ice. You're not going to, just you're going to have to really assert yourself. You're going to have to force them into mistakes and create opportunities and with work ethic, with good sticks, with checking, and I thought they did that tonight.
That line, what is Tarasenko creating for himself in that line with some of those hits that we're seeing out of him?
Yeah, well, you know what, Vladdy, we talked about this a lot. He's really trying to step up his leadership, and I think he is really starting to understand that when he steps over the boards, people are watching him, and obviously that work ethic that you see and then that physicality coming from him, and you see his engagement right off the drop of the puck in the game and how invested he is. It's hard for people not to follow that. So that's what good teams have when your best players are your hardest workers, and we had a lot of guys that were laying it on the line tonight. Then that's a real good thing.
One common denominator in a lot of these big wins is that you're getting out to leads, and so you're not chasing. Other than the obvious scoring goals, what's led to that? Being assertive.
Well, it could be something different. I mean, it could be a save. It could be obviously scoring a goal. But I think that we start games and we know what our best game looks like, and we look to get to it quickly. And obviously we prepare in games. We look at video of the opposition. We talk about things that we need to. Whether it's adjustments, whether it's things that we need to key on. But when we drop the puck, our focus is on us. And it doesn't matter who we're playing. We know what we have to do to get to our game, and I think that our guys have done a nice job of that. It's a lot of teams, every team, obviously, wants to score the first goal. And there's a lot of things that go into that. But, sometimes in order to score the first goal, you have to make sure you don't give it up, too. And guys have been doing a good job defending, too.
Coach, you're always learning about your team. What have these last two games taught you, if anything?
Well, I think I said this before, that we're a good team. We're a good hockey team. We've still got, obviously, a long, difficult road ahead of us here. We haven't accomplished anything yet, but except for a good start. And that can leave us very quickly if we I'm looking at these next couple of days, and I think that we've had a really tough stretch here, and we're gonna use this opportunity to get some rest, put some energy back in the bank here, because it cranks up again after that. But what we have to make sure of now is that no complacency sneaks in, that we stay mindful of the things that we need to do right from the drop of the puck, and even before that with the preparation, to make sure that we stay that good team. So, but this is a competitive group. It's a group that's fun to coach. I've said that before. They respond. They prepare the right way, and I think they take it as a challenge. Like you go against good hockey teams, and they want that challenge. They want that opportunity to go out there and win that game.
Mike, you're putting the points in the bank. You see that from the guys who just an even keel from one game to the next.
Yeah, I think we try to do that. From game to game, we try to do that within the game too. There was tonight. There were some opportunities and some moments in the game where we could have, maybe started to panic or lose some momentum. And I thought that we did a nice job. Every team is going to have a push at certain times, and you're not going to dominate a game for 60 minutes. But I think that to be able to hit, just kind of reset, come back to the bench, make sure that you go out and win your next shift, get to our game again. That's a good recipe for success, and I think the same applies for, from game to game. I think we're doing a nice job of that. We've been able to hit the reset button. We come back to the rink and we start preparing for the next one.
There's been a lot of talk the last couple of years about upgrading the speed and skill on this team, but to go out and beat an LA team that's regarded as heavy and everything, you got to hit them, you got to play them.
Yeah.
What statement does that make?
Well, I think every game we're going out there and we're trying to build our game, and we're trying to prove really that we believe that we're a top team. And I know we lost some guys to injury, but we I'm still real confident in this group, and I know they're still real confident, and we got a lot of good players and guys are stepping up. So yeah, I think that there's a good feeling inside the locker room, but again, there's a long, tough road ahead of us that we have to make sure just we stay in the moment.
Mike, you said earlier this season that Short's just scratching the surface, and soon the hockey world's going to know what kind of player he is. I know you're 13 games in; it's still early.
Yeah.
But do you feel like that's starting to happen?
I do, yeah. Starting to get a lot more questions about him when we're out of town. I know that. That's kind of when you get a sense of it. Obviously, you know that you want that for your players. When you I mean, that's not why he plays the game. He doesn't play the game for people to talk about how good he is. But at the same time, you know, he's human. I'm sure he wants to be recognized for his efforts and the start that he's had. He's got to be in the conversation with the top players in the league, and so it's great to see him continue to go out and perform at that level.
What does it say about Schwartz, the way he's impacting games in such a variety of ways? Had a really nice assist, but then he gets the goal down low in front of the net for you.
Well, that's what we said is that he can beat teams, or he can find a way to get to his games in different ways. I mean, every game is going to present different challenges. Some games you're going to have more opportunity off the rush. Some games you're going to have to find a way to get to the offensive zone. You know, usually there's some open ice there. It's just a matter of finding it, whether it's in front of him, whether it's behind him. And he has the ability to do either. You know, he's got the hockey sense to recognize which is which, and then he's got both the work ethic and the skill to capitalize on whatever opportunity he needs to.
Another goal by a defenseman tonight. What changed this year to get the defense so involved in the offense?
Nothing changed. That was our mindset last year, and I think it's just us continuing to get stronger in our game. You know, I don't necessarily know that we're going to score a goal from our defenseman every game, but it's part of our mindset and mentality is that we want to attack as a 5-man unit, and whether that's in the offensive zone, whether that's on the rush, teams defend too well without trying to get your D involved and being part of the attack.
Figure 3 would be a good season for Gunnarsson.
No, we don't set limits. He's not.
15 minutes roughly at the end of the second period. Is that just one of those things tonight? But the even minutes, the distribution, is that reflective of how the defense played? Or
Yeah, I think it's a little combination of both. I think that you know we're trying to be mindful of the energy level of everybody right now. I think at you know the last week or so, I think at different points we've seen it show up in you know maybe a player here or there. But I think that we've tried to manage it the best we can. But you can't manage. I mean, obviously, you know, you're in a situation you need to win that hockey game, and if you have guys that are not performing, then next thing you know, you end up overusing those guys. So we've had a little bit less time on power play the last couple games, which I think has led to that a little bit. But again, I think that the level of play from everybody else has allowed that.
Thanks, guys.